Welcome all gamers to another CineBG video. You are here with your channel host Chris, and I'm bringing you another video. However, today I would like to talk about something that we really haven't talked about on the channel before. I would like to talk to you about the different aspect that the channel hosts, myself, Morten, and Rob have. A different aspect of the hobby that we have sort of obtained through making this YouTube channel. Normally we would discuss the models and rules and everything associated that way with the hobby. However, through starting this YouTube channel, naturally we have started filming, and I feel like we haven't actually talked about that aspect that is now part of our hobby. So I would like to talk to you about some new equipment that I have acquired for when filming videos for you guys. Now, right now, I am filming using my cell phone. It's just the front-facing camera on my iPhone 6, and that's basically what we're using when filming battle reports and other stuff for you guys. So this is also the sound quality, and this is basically what you've been used to so far. However, I have acquired some new equipment that I do have on the table here in front of me. You cannot see it. But I will be going over the equipment with you guys and explain to you why have I gotten this and what does this actually mean for the future videos that you will be seeing. So for starters, as I mentioned, we have been filming with the phones, whether it's been my phone that I'm using right now or it's been Morten's cell phone. They've been doing quite well, all things considered, I think. They've, given some decent quality. Is full HD video recording capabilities, at least on my iPhone 6. I know Morten's cell phone, unfortunately, is a bit older, so it's not at the same quality. However, this is also why I would like to discuss these things, because I have always enjoyed making videos. And a few years ago, I did get myself a GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition. It was the best one at the market at the time. It was relatively new, I think, and I've been making many videos on my holiday trips using this GoPro. However, the reason that we have not used it much for when filming is because it is very, very sensible, I suppose, to movement, and it registers it very easily. And when filming, it can actually, at least after a while, become quite difficult to actually keep it still and get only steady movements when just holding it in your hand. And aside from that, when the Hero 3 was released, there was no screen on the back, as it's mostly used for filming sports, action and extreme sports, and not really, well, hobbying. It's not used for hobbying, really. So you never really needed the screen. It was never really, you never really needed the screen and actually see what you're filming, as you would always use it for when filming sports, and it would always use to get different angles that you wouldn't get with a regular camera. That's also why GoPro is very famous for having a wide angle view. So when filming, you see a lot. You have a very, very wide field, so you receive a lot of information that way. However, one downside to it is there's no autofocus, so you can't really do macro shots, as it were. You can't film things quite close to the camera without them becoming rather blurry. So these are the things that we have. These are some of the reasons that we have not used it. Also, being created for mainly extreme sports and whatnot, sound was never really intended to be, so to speak, a very needed aspect of these sorts of filmings you would do with this sort of camera. You would never really need sound. So with the cell phone, you get pretty much a decent quality of overall video and sound and everything. However, that's not the case for the GoPro. It is good for some things, or it is also bad for other things. Now, naturally, when filming with my phone, whether it be at my place, or when filming at Morton's, or filming at the Warhammer store, or for that matter, any other place in the world, there is always the downside when filming with my cell phone, that it will, of course, drain the battery quite tremendously. I can have a full charge when start filming, and once we're done, I can be down below 20%. And naturally, I need my phone for other things than just filming battle reports or other types of videos for you guys. So I've been wanting to sort of bring this camera into action for when filming for the YouTube channel, for that very reason, that I need my phone for other things. So I've gone out and purchased a few things for this very reason, to bring the camera into play, basically. So what I have gotten, now some of these things are old, but I'll show you what I am using them for and how it all comes together when we are, in the future, will be filming battle reports and whatnot for you guys. Now first off, as I mentioned, it does not have a screen. Now that's of course not ideal unless you're very familiar with filming with a GoPro, so you automatically know what distances you can film at, and also what you will be capturing, and how to hold it, and how to manage it, and all that. However, as I am not always the only person filming, I did go out and purchase this little package, in which is a tiny LCD screen, also made by GoPro. And it's very easy. You just put it on the back like so. There's a little clasp there. You put it on, and you just place it in, just like so. And just like that, the camera now has a working LCD. I can quickly try to turn on the camera, although I don't think there's a lot of battery on it. And there we go. So now suddenly there is a screen on the camera. So that works very well, and of course that is also a touchscreen. So that is very, very nice. Now, that does not, of course, fix the problem with sound, or for that matter, the matter of holding it and in a steady way, so we won't get so shaky shots, which quite frankly is a pain to fix in post-production, basically. So what I have gotten myself is this little thingy. This is what we call an L bracket, and onto this I have put just a little mount that the GoPro eventually will go into. But this is the L bracket. Now notice it has a place here for the camera, and over here we have what are called hot shoe mounts, and it was very important for me personally when getting this that there were two. So you see there's one here on the top, and we also have one here at the bottom, or no, I'm sorry, bottom side. So two hot shoe mounts and a place for the camera. The reason why I wanted this is because there is a grip here which will add stability as you're holding onto something larger than just a small camera. So you actually feel like you have something proper to hold onto, and that you're not worried about holding the camera, potentially blocking the microphone when filming, because that is up here on the top. You can see the little input there, I think, if the light allows it. And you won't be afraid of blocking that when filming. Also, in a second, you'll see why this one becomes more stable as more things will get added onto it. I bought this L bracket from the States, and with it also came a so to speak, well, basically a frame, I suppose, a grip for a cell phone, which it can be expanded so it can take different sizes of cell phones. And I'm actually using that right now. I've placed it on a small tripod that I have, and I'm now using it for my cell phone. So unfortunately I can't show it to you, but that is beside the point, because into this mount, which the same frame for the cell phone would fit into, I can also fit this frame. Now this frame is for the GoPro. So you have a clasp here, we can just open it up, and we can basically just slide the GoPro into it. And so we will give the GoPro the option of actually fitting, or so to speak, being able to be locked onto the L bracket here. So we can put that in here. It slides into it, if you can see it, sort of just like so, very easy. And we have a small screw, and we just screw it in here, like so. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Assuming I put it on straight, of course, that's always good, like so. And we tighten, tighten, tighten. And there we go. Now the GoPro is in place. That easy. So now we have the camera on here. However, we would also like better sound, as I mentioned before. Now, the way to get better sound is, of course, to go out and buy a new microphone, which I have. I have gone out and bought a, in English, I think it's called Rode. I think that's how you pronounce it. However, if you notice the second letter in the name, that is actually a Danish letter, so I would normally pronounce it differently. But I think you call it the Rode. This is the just a small directional microphone. Some call it a shotgun microphone because it is intended to be used for recording sounds that are basically just ahead of you, not to the sides, not behind, just what's ahead of you. However, it will, so to speak, if you hold it like this, if you imagine a diagram, it will record sound ahead of the microphone, but also kind of behind it, like so. So you kind of have a pattern that goes somewhere like so, if that makes sense. Which means when the person holding it is filming with the microphone, if the person is standing basically not directly behind it, just off to the side, you will still be able to record the filmer's voice when speaking. Now, if you notice at the bottom of this, there is a mount, like so, and that fits neatly into the hot shoe mount, because that's what it is. It is a hot shoe mount. So we can place it onto the side here, and there's a little tiny little wheel here that we can tighten. And so now we have a microphone mounted onto the little bracket rig here, which is very nice. Now naturally we need to be able to attach the microphone to the camera's input. And for that I have this little adapter, like so. It's just a micro USB to a mini jack stick. So we can put that into the GoPro, because the GoPro, at least mine, does not have a mini jack output, or input in this case, which is sort of a shame. However, the whole idea is also to keep the camera very small and very compact, so that you can actually get it into places where you would not normally be able to get a camera, and they have to cut the input somewhere, and I guess mini jack was one of them. So we just put this adapter into the camera, and then I have just a small 2 male mini jack sticks. So we put the male into the female, so to speak, into the adapter, like so. And this one will then fit into the back of the microphone here, where there's a female input for the GoPro, for the microphone, and like so. Now, that is connected, like so. So now I can actually hold on to it, and I have my camera, and I also have my shotgun microphone for recording sound. And as soon as this is plugged into the GoPro, the regular microphone on the GoPro will be turned off, and it will only receive whatever signal comes in through the adapter, which is now by this microphone. So that is basically the new setup. Now you may be wondering, why would I need 2 hot shoe mounts? I've only discussed one. That is simply because I personally feel we sometimes in our battle reports have had a couple of issues with lighting. The lighting hasn't always been great, especially in my living room. There's not really much light, especially natural light. Right now I'm just using my standard living room stand light, whatever you call it. And the lighting conditions aren't always the best, and it's not always that you can control them very well. So naturally, I would want some kind of light as well. And what I got when I got this light, basically it's 160 LEDs, and it comes with different filters that you basically just slide in on the side here. You can see kind of there's a gap here, and that's where you can just slide in a filter. You can put in a diffuse filter, which is probably what we'll be using most, just to give it a little bit softer light, so it's not so hard and blinding, basically. So a diffuse filter would be nice. However, I also have a couple of other filters, but you probably will never experience those. Now, this one is charged by just batteries, basically. On the back here, you can insert a battery. You can take this off, and basically you can also feed it just standard AA batteries. You can even take this aside and pull it out, and like so. There are options for more batteries. It can take, is a total of 4 different types of batteries. And it just runs on batteries, and it's that simple. Now naturally, you would also need to turn it on. And in order to turn it on, you basically just, on the wheel here, you just have an on and off wheel, and that's it. So once you turn it on, you can hear the click. So maybe you heard that. And you can basically just dim and turn up the light, basically, and it's that simple. Now on it, you will notice the little mount here, which I can also take off if I need it. But at the bottom, you will also notice, once again, a hot shoe mount, because that will naturally go on top, like so. And we tighten with the wheel, and the standard wheel, righty-tighty. Like so. Tighten, 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 tightening. Like so. And that's basically the setup. Now this can also, of course, be turned in different directions if need be. But that is basically it. So this is my new relatively tiny handheld setup for when we are filming battle reports, or when we go out and film at Warhammer, or if we're doing, hopefully in the future, we will be doing player interviews here in Denmark and other good stuff. And this is a very, very mobile setup that I can actually take with me, and I can film videos at a better quality than we have been able to so far. So that is basically what I wanted to show you guys. This neat little setup that I hope you understand why I am as excited about getting to use this. But also, I know there are quite a few YouTube channels on the web now that are making battle reports, and I wanted to show you guys this so you can see at least what I intend on using in the future. And maybe that would inspire some thoughts with you, so you can maybe look into other ways of making battle reports if you too are looking to improve the quality of your videos. So I hope this has been at least somewhat interesting for you to see and hear. I would love to hear what you think, at least in the comment section below. Let me know if you think this is great, if you have any experience using maybe the microphone or the GoPro camera for filming battle reports and other hobby goodness. If you agree with what I've said, that the video quality hasn't always been great in our battle reports, maybe there's been too much background noise or whatever, or the lighting conditions haven't been as great, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear all your thoughts and opinions on this. Especially also if you are getting excited about this new setup, which I plan on testing out tomorrow, Sunday, the 22nd, I think, of May. So, if you also liked this video, push the like button so we can actually see that you liked it, else we, of course, will never know. And if you thought maybe one of your friends would find this video interesting, make sure to share it. Send them the link to the video so they can see what I had to say and show off the new equipment that I got. So in short, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. support your hobby, and happy strategy valid gaming.